Hi, this is Shankar, and in my last video, I talked about Chandrama and Rahu, which is Moon and Dragonhead. In this video, I talk about my, you know, experiences on Moon and Ketu. I mean, there's a lot of things which is written in the books in terms of what will be the result of the impact of Chandrama and Ketu. I'm not going into the details of what is there in the books, or I mean, they are the base, but my experiences in seeing this conjunction and what they generally give. So that is what is the theme of the video. And as far as I'm concerned, this is my experience of reading thousands of horoscopes over 40 years. This is a subject of research for me, a thing which I do as my passion. My website is shankarstudy.com. If you have a very serious query, you can ask. You can go to my site at askshankar.com, or also, if you have something to share with in terms of research, you can you can SMS me, WhatsApp me, not SMS, but WhatsApp me at 98187 33000. 98187 33000. If I have the time, I will reply to it. Coming back to the topic of Moon and Ketu, Moon and Dragon Tail, what is the impact of Moon and Dragon Tail, which is there when they are together? Moon and Ketu in Dragon Tail is not a very great combination, because Moon and Ketu together is like a Chandra Grahan. Surya and Rahu together make a Surya Grahan. Anyway, that's an astronomical feature. It has its impact. It's a different subject altogether. But let's understand, again to repeat it very fast, Moon, live things, which are live. It is wealth. It gives you money. Liquid money is governed by Moon. A person who doesn't have good Moon will not have good assets, good amount of liquidity with him, cash with him. You may have a lot of assets, but those assets do not give you liquidity. Liquidity is, in today's world, is by Moon. Moon also governs your mother, and mother is important. I mean, it is important not only as a human being, as your own mother, but the good wishes of your mother. जैसे कहते हैं कि माँ की दुआ be sure लगती है. So I mean, and it has its impact not only in this present birth, but also from the births previous to that. So it's an important aspect. Mother, how well you take care of your mother, what will be the what would your mother go through. So that is the life things, basic life things, which Moon tells about. In non-life things, it is all about emotions, even wealth, liquidity, which I've talked, is also about non-life things. Moon is also governs general happiness, and general happiness, I don't know whether to put it in live or non-live. It is the most important thing, and you can call it Anand. आनंद जो है वो आपको चंद्रमा से मिलता है. Chandrama is the planet which gives you Anand. Chandrama is the planet which makes you control your mind. A person who controls mind, reaches heights. Chandrama is a planet of not intellect, but it's a planet of your, the IQ you have, the grasping power you have. That part of it is governed by Chandrama. So education is very important as far as Moon is concerned. Moon is a planet which I feel. People say that Moon has no enemies, but I feel, and I have experienced, Moon is inimical to Mercury. Moon and Mercury together, Moon always will fight Mercury, will negate Mercury, usually wins over Mercury, not vice versa. People say that it is, Moon has is not inimical to Mercury, and Mercury is inimical to Moon. But my experience is that Moon is inimical to Mercury, and it creates negativity when Moon and Mercury are together. So this is shortly about Moon. As far as dragon tail is concerned, it has the pious qualities of Jupiter. It is something like a small Jupiter. It is also agent of Saturn. Rahu and Ketu are the agents of Saturn, and Saturn does its लोग कहते हैं ना धर्म का काम करता है. It balances your acts. It's the equation of what the karma you do and the karma you get. I mean, your three seeds. You have a seed of a flower. You have a seed of a neem tree. You have a seed of a peepal tree. You have a seed of some other tree. All the seeds look alike, but when they grow into trees, they have different properties. So that is what is the work of Saturn. Saturn is the planet of karma. It ensures that finally you get what you deserve. The agents which act on behalf of Saturn are Rahu and Ketu, which are the karmic planets, which I will discuss in some other video in some other time. It's a vast subject by itself, and it has a lot of quantum physics through which I've tried to understand this aspect of Ketu. Now, Ketu is a planet which please understand this, and I've been through my experience. Ketu is a planet which governs your children. It also governs general happiness. It also governs flag. If you have to rise very high in life, and you have to be a flag, the flag over the temple, the dhwaj over a temple is always, symbolized by the planet Ketu. That is why if you go to a temple, you should always see the shikhar of the temple and that flag over there. That's what it implies, that the energy is there. You visited the temple. Temples are basically energy points, high energy points. So when you go into them, you get that energy within you, and then you look at the flag. That is, you will rise. You got to go up in whichever you want. It is victory. So Ketu also depicts that. On the other hand, the dragon tail or Ketu also depicts cutting of things. It divides. It divides things. It divides both material and non-material things. It divides relationships. It divides wealth. It divides your thought process. So it is a planet of division, because somewhere it is related to Jupiter, somewhere it is related to Saturn, somewhere it is also related to you getting into a spiritual path, going towards a higher journey. And moving towards a higher journey is always possible when you are subjected to a lot of problems, a lot of issues, Ashanti se Shanti ka safar, is depicted by a Ketu, a mind which is like boiling water, and then it becomes calm, cool, cold, where you can see yourself in water. That is what Ketu signifies. Ketu thus is also called a spiritual planet, but not that a strong Ketu will give you spirituality. A strong Ketu makes you to move in life in such a way that it makes you understand yourself, your mind, you, what you are, and makes you to walk with yourself, makes you understand yourself. And once you understand yourself, you don't need the world. So that is what Ketu signifies. It's a planet of spirituality thus. But the way you have to understand Ketu is the way I have just explained to you. Now I come to my main topic, which is Moon and Ketu. Beg your pardon, I keep on using the word Ketu. Ketu, more familiar to it while talking, but it is dragon tail. So Moon and Ketu together, Moon and dragon tail together, will create problems for if you're the person, then your father's mother will have, well, it is not good for a father's mother. If it is not well placed, it will create problems there. It will also not be good for your grandchildren. So these are two aspects which Ketu signifies. That is your father's mother and your grandchildren. And if Ketu is not well placed, it will create problems for these two relationships. Ketu has its impact till the age of 28, around the age of 28. And when Ketu has its impact till the age of 45, I'm sorry, Moon has its impact till the age of, between the age of 25 to 28. I mean, the negative or positive impact, the negative impact, just forget the positive impact, of Moon is between 25 and 28, and Ketu, that is the dragon tail, is till 45. So whenever you have this conjunction together, the problems of life are greater till the age of 45. After the age of 45, this conjunction loses its energy, loses its impact, loses its force on you, and does not do negativity. One has to understand that all planets at all times do not do bad. So this conjunction has impact maximum till 45 years. And even till the age of 45, when it creates problems, depending on the transit, the dasha, various other methods of predicting astrology, it will create problems for 28 days, 28 months, or 28 years. So it is not that the entire 45 years would be bad. The maximum would be 28 years when Moon and Ketu are very, very badly placed. Here I would like to explain certain things which are very important and essential, which is there. Moon and Mercury together, and when Moon is in degrees ahead of Mercury, that is, Moon is ahead of Mercury and Mercury is back, a person would look at the outside from the front like a dharmatma, a person very religious, a person who talks very big, a person who can impress you, a person who talks about spirituality, but internally it may not be the same. It could be just opposite to what it is. Each of us have two faces, have two personalities, we all know them. But whenever Moon and Mercury are together and Moon is ahead of Mercury, it gives a personality of this sort. Moon and Mercury, when they're together, Moon and when I was talking about, this is one planet which is talking about Moon and Mercury together, gives you this kind of an impact. And when Ketu is there with Moon and Mercury along, Moon and Mercury with Moon ahead of Mercury and Ketu along with it, exemplifies this particular aspect. A person could be a religious con man. A person is a person who cannot be understood. A person who is complexed. A person, but from the outside, he would project himself like godlike, dharmatma, a person who is a giver, but internally he would be very, very opposite to that. Also remember, when Moon and Ketu are together, that is when Moon and the dragon tail are together and Mercury is not well placed, or it is debilitated, it will give bad results. It will give very bad results, and I will talk about results later on. Moon and Ketu together are not good for going, traveling. जिसे कहते हैं, आप सफ़र अगर करना चाहते हैं तो सफ़र के लिए अच्छा नहीं. It is not good for you to travel. It is not good for you to be it. Travel will not give you positivity. Travel will not get you money. Travel will not get you. People today have to travel to earn. You go for presentation. You go for a negotiation. You go for face-to-face talking, let it be from anything in the professional world. When these two planets are together, then when you're traveling and trying to do a thing, it will not be very positive. So travel should be avoided when these two planets are together. It is better to be talking through the social media to get your things done or through video conference. These two planets together are not good for travel, or in Hindi you call it सफ़र. सफ़र के लिए अच्छे नहीं है, और सफ़र से आपको फ़ायदा नहीं होगा, आपको एडवांटेज नहीं मिलेगा सफ़र करने में. Wealth, it's like a zigzag. Generally, these two planets, Moon and Dragon Tail together, are not good for wealth. There will be wealth, but wealth will be up and down. I do not say that it will not give you wealth. It will give you wealth, but it will be up and down. These two planets together, when Jupiter, Mars and Sun are also well placed in your horoscope, and you have to see a permutation combination between these two planets, Jupiter, Mars and Sun. If these three planets are good, which are friends to Moon, Moon is a friend of Jupiter, Mars and Sun. Ketu is like a chela of Jupiter. Jupiter is the guru of Dragon Tail. Jupiter is the guru of Ketu. So when these three planets are well placed or fairly well placed, that will tell you how will be the impact of this conjunction. And if you have a very good Jupiter, a very good Sun also, and a very good Mars also, it will take you to heights. It can even make you a very big businessman, a very big trader. It could also make you a very big politician. It could, it will take you to a place where, as I call it, it's the Dhwaj, a place where even after your death you would be remembered. That is what it does. So, if these three planets are very strong, and if you have these two conjunctions, if you have Chandrama and Dragon Tail together, then this particular combination is an excellent combination for all aspects of life, especially professional aspect, as well as for other things like general happiness and happiness from children. So, you have to see that this happens. If this happens, then this would be the result. These two planets together I've already explained to you. Moon, positive or negative, will give its impact till the year 24, maximum 28. Then till 34, max, there could be some problem. Things start tapering, the negative impact of these start tapering after 34. And by 45, the negative impact of this conjunction is nil. However, when we talk about positive impact, it does not apply for that. The positive impact increases. It is vice versa. And the positive impact, I've also told you to look at the three other major planets, Sun, Mars and Jupiter, to understand it positively. Now, this is a planet which, as far as health is concerned, whenever it is in the first house, it is not very good for health. It creates pins and pricks, issues with you. It destroys your health in a way that every day is a problem with health. Sometimes you have problem with the bone, sometimes you have headache, sometimes you have migraine. It's a day-to-day issue where you're dealing with small health problems, not big health problems, but various small health problems, which you would not even understand how they're coming from, where they're coming from. And there are plenty and galore in the present society we are staying with. Second house, this planet together conjunction which give you issues of lungs, so it can give you pneumonia, fibrosis, and diseases to diseases to that extent. Also, the negative things which you should also remember, because one should see what is the negative thing in your horoscope which this conjunction gives and how well you can deal with it. Because let's understand prarabdha is 30 to 40%, 60% is your free will. You're born with a balance sheet. It is a closing. When you die with a balance sheet. You move, you migrate, the energy migrates into some other place and to some other soul. And that is what is the major role of that balance sheet. After that, 30 to 40% is there, which is destined, which is as it, people meeting, your nature, etc., etc. But these things can be changed by your own individuality, by your own environment, and various other things which, a lot of motivational speakers keep on talking. But if they are done in the right way, you can change things. You can reach to a level. I mean, it is, I don't know what is good. You become a millionaire in the right way and slowly, or you become a millionaire very fast, doing the wrong things the wrong way, and then becoming, extrapolating yourself more and more depending upon your last karmas. I don't know what is good, but what I'm trying to say is what is right, what is wrong. That is not, that is philosophy which I'm not discussing in this particular video, or that is not my subject. But yes, the negatives you should understand and try to deal with them. The negatives of Moon and Ketu together, Moon or dragon tail together, which you should always be remembering is that take care of your mother, take more focus on your children, take more care of your health, day-to-day issues, take care of your grandfather, okay, and also there is some amount of Pitra dosh, which I feel Chandrama Ketu also carries. So it's always good to take care of your elderly ladies which are there. When you have this conjunction, try to help elderly ladies which are like your dadi or dadi-like old people who are one generation above you, like your mother's mother, the old ladies. That is where the dosha lies. So if you do that, it is always going to have a very good impact. Chand, this particular conjunction, the ninth house, is good for your fortune, but here the fortune would be in terms of your understanding philosophy. If you are in the fields of philosophy, in the field of Vedic sciences, in the field of understanding things, deeper things of life, transformational activities, even science, this will give you fortune. This conjunction is good for ninth, is good to be there in the ninth house, because the energy of ninth house is Jupiter, and both these planets are, aligned very well to Jupiter. So also have a look how strong Jupiter is. So it would depend on how strong Jupiter is. Like in Rahu's thing, I always kept on saying, see Saturn. Here, keep on saying Jupiter. How strong Jupiter is, then this would give you a good results, which is there. Moon and Ketu together in the sixth house also will make you a person who does good, who does well, but does not get what he desires from that. I mean, his goodness, his being good to people around, relatives, even in job, he will put in his best thing, but the outcome will always be a little frustrating, negative. So, Moon and Dragon Tail in sixth is very peculiar. It makes you to do good. You are good by nature. You want to do good things. You want to expand, and you do it. But the result which you'll get is most of the time I've seen is negative in aspects of life. Negativity will again depend upon the other seven other planets, and especially the three planets which I have told you, which I keep on repeating. Moon and Ketu, Chandrama and Ketu in the 12th house will give you wealth, but it will give you very high expenses. Moon and Ketu together, Chandrama and Ketu together is also a very important conjunction for education, but it tries to negate education in the way we understand education. It doesn't let you understand 1 plus 1 is 2, and then process education through a process like first class, second class. You have to do this book, you have to do that book. You will not get good marks. You will not do well, but you will have an understanding of issues. You will have an understanding of things. You will have a deeper understanding of issues. You will have a different understanding of issues. Now, when you have this conjunction, use it in a way, go in a field where this is more important, not the way society wants. You want your child, to be, first, second, third, fourth, get 99% and do well, and you have a book, you have a textbook, you have to answer that. He may not be good at that, but this conjunction always makes you understand things which are different, which are deeper, which are where a person comes to a conclusion without understanding what is the logic of the conclusion, and he'll also get the logic of the conclusion after some time, but it will be a person has a different way of looking at things, and he will always be good in grasping things, in understanding things, in understanding the meaning of things behind it. I mean, that kind of a thing. I mean, Newton's law today is very important, but the observation which Newton made and which led to him making those laws, the observation is what Moon and Ketu can give. So make your child, when you have this conjunction, go for things which are abstract, which are different, which are not known, which are to be understood, those are the things where this conjunction plays a role. And so, I mean, we have so many streams today. So put the child in those kinds of streams. This conjunction is also good for, let's say, photography. That's a very important thing, where photography becomes very important. And photography not of the film world or design world, but let's say trees, the birds. I've seen people sitting with camera, with the camera at 3 o'clock, and looking for a bird who comes at 3:45, and they click it. Those kinds of things which require a depth in it, which requires thinking, which requires cutting, is where is the profession a person should go. I mean, astrology should always guide you towards what you can go to. Try that, and I'm sure it would work. The one thing which I would like to end this video is that I've always seen, when you have Moon and Dragon Tail together, go to a temple with 3 bananas and put it for a day of 40 to 43 days whenever you are in problems. it helps. And Lord Ganesha's temple, the temple of Lord Ganesha, go there with 3 bananas, not 4, not 2, but only with 3 bananas, and just, offer it to Lord Ganesha, the deity, the energy which is there in Lord Ganesha always helps. In case of Moon and Rahu, I have always said that best thing is to make a small ball of silver, a very small silver ball, not a big ball, small silver ball, which you can keep in your pocket. It helps. Destiny cannot be changed. I mean, what you are destined, that cannot be changed. But the way you can lead towards what is there can be made better by astrology. A. B is that nothing is sacrosanct. There is a certain amount of energy, there is a certain amount of water, there is a certain amount of capabilities you're born with, and that can take you till a particular point. So that is what one should aim at. I mean, destiny cannot happen without you acting on it and doing the right karmas. And astrology is always a very good guidance in reaching your destination in a better way. I mean, there are a lot of people who are born, one person becomes a billionaire and one person becomes a rickshaw puller, born at the same time and the same thing. Again, he is born with a balance sheet by which at that particular time he is born in a womb where, he is poor, he doesn't have money, etc., etc. And a person is born in a family which is a millionaire. Be sure the person who was born in the poor family also will rise, but not to that level that another person from millionaire may become a billionaire, because that is the way people do understand astrology. So, the energy with which you're born with is the thing which is the missing link to understand that what is what is your vessel, how big is your vessel, and the bigger the vessel, and then the compartments of the vessel, it gives you the various things of life in that particular quantity. But man ki shanti is something which you can always work on, and the way you have to walk the path, you can always work on. And remember, karma is absolutely very important. All planets talk about doing karma, and they guide you how to do the karma in the right way, or where or which path you should take to be better. So that is what astrology in its basic line explains you. This is my understanding after 4 decades. And with this, I end my video. Anybody who's seen it till the end may find a little bit of lecturing of other things also. But all my videos are extempore, and I hope you'll like them. And I've always told you, you can get back to me. You can go to my sites. I'm also coming out with the Zodiac book, which is there for various Zodiac. As far as I'm concerned, I know, people can't have the same destiny as I'm explaining you now. But yes, it gives you a little trend, whether you're a beggar or whether you're a billionaire, the lives are usually the same. So, the pattern of life of everybody, in a 20 plus minus 20, 30% is the same. The quantity is larger, but it does give you a pattern of things which will happen. The zodiac sign does give a pattern. So that pattern you can always, use it to your advantage, or, try to do things by which you can wade over the negativities and use the positivities. So you'll be happy. end of the day is that a happy person, या जिसके पास शांति हो, वो is the best person to, is the best state of mind which one can have. Not that I have Shanti myself, but that's what I believe. Shanti is one thing which is the best state of mind for any person in any state. So, with this, I end my video. Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening to me. Thank you very much.